Even my sister, who was always on my side, turned against me. I confronted Brandon once. After that, Brandon started facing various forms of bullying at school. Everyone said that I couldn't stand him. Near the end of the semester, Brandon finally snapped and jumped from the top of the school building. They saved him. He wasn't hurt, but he left a suicide note. It was full of accusations against me. No one believed me. Emily broke up with me. I thought that was the worst it could get. Then, they announced that I wasn't the Miller's real son. The real son turned out to be Brandon. As for where my real parents were, no one told me. In one night, I fell from heaven to hell. In the end, the family I'd known for over 20 years sent me to a mental hospital. A place worse than prison. I don't want to worry the family. I don't care what you did to me. It's all in the past. If you promise not to upset mom and dad, I can treat you like a brother. Brandon smiled. He was well-behaved and generous. Anyone would praise him, saying he was the Miller's first son. Everyone around him looked at him with approval. Dad nodded. That's right. If you're willing to change, you'll always be the Miller's oldest son. Ashley scowled. I'm only forgiving you for Brandon's sake. You better thank him. If you bully him again, I'll make you pay. 5 years ago, I would have tried to explain myself to everyone. I didn't bully Brandon. He staged all those things himself. But now, I wasn't going to act like a clown, explaining myself to people who didn't care about me. I'm sorry. I came back mainly to get my ID. Everyone's face darkened. They all thought I was ungrateful. Why are you always stuck on small things? If you're so difficult, do you want to go back to the mental hospital? We raised you for so long. Why can't you be good like Brandon? Why are you always disobeying your parents? Mom seemed a bit out of control. I didn't understand why she was overreacting. But, I'm not your real son. Wasn't it normal for me to leave and take my ID? Mom froze. She looked at me blankly. I guess I looked like a stranger. Ashley scoffed. You're dreaming if you think you can just leave after living the high life at the Millers for over 20 years. Do you think you can ever repay all that? I lowered my head. I couldn't understand these people. They hated me. I wasn't even a Miller. Now that I was leaving, wouldn't that make them happy? In the end, I stayed at the Millers for the time being. My old master bedroom had become Brandon's room. Now, I was in the maid's room, a place I'd never set foot in before. I didn't complain. I went to bed early. Even in that soft bed, I still had nightmares. I dreamt of my days in the mental hospital. Those terrible people didn't care about my cries and tore at my clothes. I begged them, telling them that my family and my fiancé would never let them get away with it. But my resistance only made them more violent. They laughed at me for daydreaming. They laughed that I thought I was still the Miller's oldest son. They laughed at my stupidity, because everything that had happened to me was approved by the Miller family and Emily.